Welcome. We're back tonight. It's been a while since we've been on. I am it's your boy Q with the Horsemen Podcast. Rolling solo right now. Hopefully the guys can jump on tonight. We just watched WWE's Money in the Bank PLE for 2025. Very good show in my opinion. Coming off a very busy day in WWE. I was out and about. My daughter had a dance recital today, so I didn't catch the Worlds Collide PLE. It was on YouTube earlier today. Saw clips of it, bits and pieces of it, but did not see the show. So, but I was home in time enough to see Money in the Bank, and I was able to see that. And it was a decent show. So, won't be here long. Just want to do a quick reaction because we have some things that happened tonight that will carry on to future storylines. Some interesting things that happened at the end that we're going to talk about. Personally, I feel like we all got played on all of us wrestling fans on the internet, but I'll get to that when in due time. So the PLE opened up with the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. I think traditionally, since they've had two Money in the Bank winners, the women usually show it first. The field was wide open for the women's Money in the Bank. You had Stephanie Valkyrie, you had Roxanne Perez, Julia. Those are all kind of the newcomers. Then you had Alexa Bliss, Rhea Ripley, and Naomi. I think going in, I didn't look at any betting odds or anything, but I think Rhea Ripley was the favorite just based on her stardom. But in my opinion, just similar to the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, there's certain superstars in the match that I feel like didn't need to be in the ladder match because they can always get a championship match whenever they want to based on their status and their experience in the company. Now, this was Rhea Ripley's first one, so I understand getting that match under your belt and saying that, hey, you did participate in it, but the match, in my opinion, the women's Money in the Bank match was the better match between the two ladder matches. You had, this is just some key things that happened in the match. You had Stephanie Valkyrie doing the Devil's Kiss on Rhea Ripley on the ladder. So if you've seen that move, that's the move that Booker T goes crazy about whenever Stephanie does it. But to do that on the ladder and had basically simulate Rhea Ripley's head hitting that ladder that many times, it got a good pop out of the crowd. You also had I know Roxanne calls it the Pop Rocks. The move is kind of like a Canadian destroyer, but two people did it at the same time. I want to say it was maybe Alexa Bliss doing it on someone, and then Roxanne doing it on someone else on the ladder. So which another brutal bump in my opinion. But the winner of that ladder match, which if you pay attention to our social medias, I praised, and that was our girl Naomi. And shout out to Naomi with the outfit. You know, she was already doing the caution tape, but to dress with the dollar bills and with the money all over, not only the jacket but the ring attire, I think it was a good look. So the way that Naomi is going, the path that she's going, with her feud with Jade, her feud with Bianca, the possible feud with Jade and Bianca, and so there's almost like those three going together. You know, Bianca's hurt right now, so that's why she's not really been involved. She came on TV last week because SmackDown was in Knoxville, which is good to see her, but it's probably still going to be a few weeks before we see her in the ring. But yeah, I praise this. I'm glad they gave Naomi. This was Naomi's fifth Money in the Bank ladder match, and this is the first time she won. So I'm happy for it, and definitely glad that they gave her that win. It's curious to see what she does with it. So I can see her holding onto that briefcase for a while. Not begin because again, if you're going to continue this feud with Jade and Bianca, once Bianca comes back from injury, Bianca can easily get back into the title picture. She could win the title, and Naomi can cash in on her. Or if they want to get rid of the briefcase quicker, have Naomi go ahead and cash in on Tiffany Stratton. So either Jade or Bianca, when they are ready, they can go after not only go after Naomi just from a GP feud, especially with Jade, was going on, but now Naomi has a title for them to uh, fight over as well. So it's two. So in my opinion, it's two different ways you can do it. You can have her hold on to the briefcase until either Bianca or Jade becomes champion, and then cash in on them, or have her quickly cash in on Tiffany Stratton, or you can go over to Raw and cash in on Io until one of those two ladies, either Bianca or Jade, are ready to challenge for a title, and they go after Naomi's title. That's what I would do in a situation. So after the women's ladder match, you had a what's the word? Impromptu match that again, I mentioned I did not watch Worlds Collide, but Dominic Mysterio at Worlds Collide did an open challenge to Octagon Jr., a superstar over in AAA. If you've been paying attention to WWE and to the internet, you know that WWE has purchased AAA, a promotion out of Mexico. They that match again, when the show comes, Dominic comes out, Octagon Jr. Basically accepts that match, and you have a impromptu Intercontinental Championship match, Dom Mysterio's Intercontinental Championship match on the line, and Dom was successful in that match. Not much more to say about that match. It was a decent match. It was based in my opinion, two luchadors going after, because regardless of Dom's heritage, his culture, his background, he is a luchador. He just doesn't wear a mask with it. So he put on a very decent match with Octagon Jr. First time I've ever seen Octagon Jr. in the ring, but to see it on WWE television was a good look. The next after that was the women's Intercontinental title match. Now, if you've listened to this podcast and you listen to me and the group of guys together, you kind of know how I feel about Becky Lynch. This match was Lara Valkyrie versus Becky Lynch. It was a back and forth match, a lot of close calls, and they decided to give Becky Lynch the win, which I call bullshit. But because she doesn't need the women's IC title, she can go after the women's world title. I would be happy if this leads to Bayley eventually taking that title off of Becky Lynch, because if you go back to what it was WrestleMania, Becky Lynch attacked Bayley and put her out, and we have not seen Bayley on WWE TV since then. So if this results leads to Becky Lynch losing to Bayley coming back and taking the title off of Becky Lynch, then I'll feel a lot better about the results. But yeah, so we had a women's IC title match, and the new women's Intercontinental champion is Becky Lynch. So that leads us. So basically, it was only 5, which WWE has been doing traditionally. There's only 5 matches on this PLE, so that just leaves 2 matches left. And the next up was the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Me personally, I wanted Solo to win because this match was wide open. There was really no, outside of Seth Rollins and his status in the company, he was kind of the favorite, I guess you can say. But similar to Rhea Ripley, Seth Rollins didn't need the briefcase. I understand with the current storyline that he got going on with him trying to gain power within WWE and the guys he's bringing up and trying to take control. I get why he would want it. It automatically gives him a title shot whenever he wants to, but I just felt like he needed it. Me personally, I wanted Solo to win, and during the match is going back and forth. Again, with any ladder match, you're going to have some brutal bumps and some brutal and some close finishes. But the way it was going, when somebody Seth Rollins was down, and it looks like somebody else was going to get the briefcase. Seth motioned for his guys to come out. His guys being Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, their new little faction. They come out, they wreck shop. It leads to Solo getting the opportunity to go after the briefcase. They stopped Solo from the briefcase, and then you heard Jacob Fatu music. I popped because now you got Solo's bloodline and then this new faction with Seth facing off, and even the crowd popped for it. They got a very decent pop with that coming out. Jacob cleared house, left the ladder open for Solo to go in. I just knew Solo was going to get it. This was going to be it. But I guess they decided today was a night for Jacob and Solo to finally go to blows. Jacob stops Solo from getting the briefcase. He yells, "I hate you, Solo," which is the opposite of we've seen from him before, and that was the "I love you, Solo." So then Jacob, I don't know if he punched him or I think he super clicked Solo, basically knocked him out the ring. So we're finally gonna get the one-on-one feud, I believe, with Solo and Jacob Fatu. But then that led the opening for Seth freaking Rollins to grab the briefcase, and he is the winner of your men's Money in the Bank ladder match. So he has a briefcase. So again, similar to the women's, where do we go from here? So does Seth cash in immediately on Jey Uso? Does he go after John Cena? Maybe we'll get a Cena Seth Rollins match before Cena retires. Or does he just hold on to it until one of them drops the title and then the next champion he goes after? We'll see. Because again, the stipulations were reminded. They reminded us of the stipulations tonight that you hold that briefcase up to a year to cash in. Remember back in the day when this match was at WrestleMania, you had from WrestleMania to cash in. But because now it falls into June calendar, you have until June of next year to cash in. So even you have until even after WrestleMania to cash in on this contract. So overall, a good match. I love all the hot spots and the bumps from the match. Nothing really to complain about, except for I kind of want Solo to win. And even though there's nothing bad about the match, I still feel like the women's match was better. And then we go to the main event. Again, this is going to be a quick show. I could probably be out here in like 15, 20 minutes. So the main event of the show, you had the tag team match with John Cena and Logan Paul versus Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. Couple of missed spots there for Logan Paul, but he quickly recovered, and the crowd. I know the crowd wanted to chant like that you effed up or wanted to give him a hard time about it, but again, those guys in the ring he's in the ring with Cody, he's in the ring with Jay, he's in the ring with Cena. They're professionals. They kept it moving. Didn't make a big deal about it, so it kept going. So I praise them for that. Yeah, so it was the matches, going back and forth. A lot of close calls. The times where Cena hit the AA, thought he was gonna get the win. Cody, hit the crossroads and went thought he was gonna get the pin. But ultimately, what Cena has been doing lately, that heel turn, he grabs the belt when the referee's not looking and hits Cody Rhodes. I think it was Cody or Jay. I can't remember who he hit with the belt, but knocked him out. And as he knocks him out and get ready to go for the pin, all of a sudden you see this hooded fella rush the ring, spear John Cena, and starts throwing punches. And it turns out to be that hooded figure was R-Truth. The crowd popped. I knew it as soon as he took the hood off and he had a little black mask on it, and I saw his forehead. I said, "That's R-Truth," because you could tell he was a brother as soon as he did that, because you could see the skin. But I said, "That's R-Truth," and then punched him down. Cena grabs the title, hits John Cena in the head with it, and that led the opening for Cody and Jay to get the win. But this, I believe, and I think that because WWE knew this was going to happen, I believe that's why this was the main event. They could have had the men's ladder match as the last match, but this was the main event because there was something going to happen after the match. Now, I didn't even think R-Truth was going to show up. I thought it was going to be somebody like, we found to see The Rock show up. There was one rumor out there on the internet about Brock Lesnar coming back to WWE. I kind of wanted to see that just to see who he would go after. Would he go after Cody? would he go after John Cena? Because the last two major feuds that Brock had while he was there was he kind of turned on Cody after WrestleMania 40. Yeah. And that Monday night after Raw, we agreed to be his tag team partner, but then turned on him. And of course, Brock and Cena has a history. I forget what year it was, but the year was Cena was in the ring, and all of a sudden, Brock's music hit. Nobody was expecting Brock to show up, and then he went to shake Cena's hand and then did the F5 on him. So I was curious to see if Brock would show up and then decide who he would go after. But I am happy it was truth. I personally think we got played, and when I say we, I mean the internet wrestling community. When you think back to it, R-Truth was the one that posted the tweet that he was no longer with WWE. People went crazy. Like, what does that mean? They refused to re-sign him. Then the people started saying we want Truth chants. I think it was today where people posted about a sign on the door saying anyone chanting that we want Truth will be escorted from the building and not allowed to come back and will not get their refund back. I want to believe that this was all part of the storyline and that we all got played. But at the flip side, even if it wasn't, that just means R-Truth signed a new contract and he's going to be around. Because it's funny, the internet already had R-Truth over in AEW talking about he was all elite, posting the pictures all over the internet. False information, but I think sometimes they're just trying to spit it into a positive thing. But yeah, R-Truth is back. That was the PLE as a whole. Money in the Bank was very decent. I feel like it is a decent pay-per-view to get us to one of the big fours, which will be in August, and that'll be SummerSlam. So I think they do have something going on. NXT, I think, has the Great American Bash coming up. There may be a Saudi show coming up. Oh, matter of fact, they advertised tonight. The King of the Ring and the Queen of the Ring tournaments will start on Monday Night Raw, but they will be, instead of having a pay-per-view called King of the Ring, it will be called Night of Champions, and you will crown that those King and Queen winners at Night of Champions. So that is the next PLE. And I pretty much wrapped up with what I gotta say tonight. So I appreciate y'all for watching, people for joining. Turn your notifications on for the podcast. I have started a gaming channel on here, still wrestling related, where I go through the universe mode for WWE 2K25. So when you have that notification bell on, you'll know when we're either posting videos like this, where we're reacting to wrestling news, or if it's something related to gaming, you'll get that notification. But again, subscribe, tell your friends about it, share this link. Again, click on the like buttons, all those things, just to kind of build up this channel. I'm hoping to get the full crew back in here soon so that we can have a full show. But this is just kind of a teaser show just to put some content out there for you guys to enjoy. But again, like and share, subscribe if you haven't. Post it on your social medias. Anything like that will definitely help the show. So again, thank y'all for joining. I'm signing out, and I will catch you guys next time.